You are watching Daily Market Pulse. Today is Tuesday, May 5, 2026. If you want a clean daily read on macro and market risk, subscribe for the next briefing. Oil surges to $110 as Middle East tensions spike. Here is the framework for today's briefing. Geopolitics and oil prices, the impact of Middle East tensions on global markets, inflation and interest rates, the latest developments in the global economy, Bitcoin and crypto, the role of safe haven assets in times of market volatility, daily financial market update, live prices, gold, silver, crypto, equities, U.S. bonds, and trend. Let's take a closer look. The surge in oil prices due to Middle East tensions is affecting global markets. With WTI crude reaching $103.93, investors are becoming increasingly cautious about the potential impact on the economy. Let's take a closer look at what's happening and what it means for your investments. As always, keep an eye on gold and silver as traditional safe haven assets, and on Bitcoin as a faster-moving indicator of liquidity conditions and risk appetite. Moving on to inflation and interest rates. The inflation rate and the reaction of the Fed are essential in determining the direction of interest rates and the overall economy. With the core inflation rate remaining steady at 2.60%, investors are closely watching the upcoming Fed meeting for any signs of a rate hike. Let's take a closer look at what's happening and what it means for your investments. The dollar remains a key variable here. A stronger dollar tends to compress commodity prices and weigh on emerging market assets, while a weaker dollar does the opposite. Finally, let's take a look at Bitcoin and crypto. The surge in Bitcoin and crypto prices has been driven by the increasing demand for safe haven assets. With the current market volatility, investors are turning to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. Let's take a closer look at what's happening and what it means for your investments. Now let us turn to today's live market snapshot, where gold, crypto, stocks, and bonds are actually trading right now. Now for our daily financial market update. Here is where the key asset classes stand as of Tuesday, May 5, 2026. Gold is trading at $4,564.90 higher on the day and is slightly higher over the past 5 sessions. Silver is at $73.86 higher today and strongly higher over the past 5 sessions. In crypto, Bitcoin is at $81,052 higher on the session and strongly higher over the past 5 sessions. Ethereum is at $2,384 higher today. Other major crypto, Solana at $84.95, BNB at $628.21, XRP at $1,4063. On equities, the S&P 500 at 7,275, slightly lower. The Nasdaq at 25,067.80, slightly lower. The Dow at 48,941.90, lower. Internationally, the DAX at 24,061.64, slightly higher. The Nikkei at 59,513.12, slightly higher. The FTSE at 10,263.36, slightly lower. On the bond side, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield is at 4.45% higher on the session, and the 30-year yield is at 5.03% higher. Yields remain in focus as the market watches for Federal Reserve signals. Rounding out the macro picture, WTI crude at $104.20 per barrel, lower. The dollar index at 98.46, flat. The picture is mixed across asset classes, with no dominant directional theme yet. Investors are watching macro catalysts closely before committing to a clear risk stance. So what does today mean for you? The current market volatility, driven by geopolitical tensions and inflation concerns, requires a cautious approach to investing. Keep a close eye on oil prices, interest rates, and the overall economic landscape. Thank you for your attention, and we will see you again tomorrow.